Welcome back to Calmsden Farm. Well, it's baling time. Okay, so the first place we're going to cut our grass is in our cow pasture. Reason for that, obviously, because we don't have cows as yet, they're not going to use the grass, obviously. And at the same time, we're just tidying it up and getting the grass, obviously, not letting it go to waste. Now, I did spend a bit of money. I bought a mower for the front, obviously. Makes it a lot quicker to do this job and all the jobs that we're going to have to do as far as cutting grass is concerned. We do have quite a few fields. So because of that, I decided to splurge and give myself a little bit of a little bit of an easier way to do this, if that makes sense. And we bought ourselves a second-hand truck as well, so we will obviously I'll show it to you as we need it, as we're using it, or if we could drive past it or something like that. Let's just cut that little bit there, it's gonna bug me. Now we're gonna make a combination of hay and grass and maybe even some silage bales if we obviously have enough, which I don't think we should have a problem with quantity, because there is quite a few fields that we have that we can mow and get ourselves quite a bit of grass out of. The worker there is doing a great job, so not a problem there. See if you can see the truck a little bit from here. Just a tiny little bit. You can see the Iveco that we got. I do believe this is our sheep pasture, so we are going to cut all of this, and looks like I've got another entry over here. Yep. And a bit of a messy, very messy area for us to come in. And there's our field number 35 and our field number 4, but that doesn't look like I got a lot of grass on this field next door. So what I'm going to try and do in this series, because obviously I was thinking about this quite a bit. What could I do different in this series compared to all the other series that I do? And I think I'm going to make it that this series we're more like a dairy farmer. Then, and I think I may just come and get rid of all these trees from here. Yeah, that we are a dairy farmer, sort of. Just doing things that we need for our dairy farm. So I think that's going to be probably the better way, because otherwise all it's going to happen is I'm going to do exactly the same thing on this map as I do on the other one, and not really sort of have like a focus, something that, hey, we're going to do this. Let me know what you think, but I don't think there's need for me to get too much into production at the beginning anyway. Like obviously we're going to concentrate on production as far as like what you would as a dairy farmer. Hopefully that makes sense. Now when I say dairy farmer, I don't mean I'm just going to get cows and that's it. I may make this map probably my first map where we will concentrate on animals. That includes pigs. Everybody that has ever watched my videos knows that I'm not really a big fan of pigs because they do require a lot of work and you don't really get the benefits. So this is why we're going to sort of look quite a bit at our grass fields and things of that nature, and we're obviously going to need some cereals for our animals, for our chickens, for our pigs. We're going to need some corn and all the other sorghum and whatever else we feed the pigs in FS22. I didn't even look, to be honest. So that's going to be the purpose of this series. It's going to be where we are somewhat like 10th generation farmer on YouTube. If you guys watch any of the real life farmers, is where you kind of concentrate on getting silage and haylage and all that sort of stuff going. Now I'm not a humongous fan on the type of silage with the peats and compressing it and all that sort of stuff. It's not kind of my style. I may even do that just since we do have a telehandler, so we do have quite a bit of stuff that we can use. So because of that, obviously we are going to concentrate on having I know Stevie's got out a mod. I believe it's Stevie that's got out a mod. This one over here. Production. This mod's here. I could be wrong. It's not Stevie. So you've got your different, your dryer, your TMR, and so on. Even making food for pigs. So we are going to be somewhere along those lines. Now, obviously, if we're going to concentrate on dairy farming, we are going to add some more on other fields that we have. We're going to add more animals. So, obviously, these fields here that I am on, it's like a sheep pasture, but as you can see around it, there's other fields. So, what I'm going to do is just simply, as we go along, and as our animals, as our animals breed, or as we have money to buy more, we will buy more sheep, more cows, and so on. Now, pigs, I don't think I'm going to have multiple enclosures. I think it's going to be one's going to be enough. Chickens, I'm not 100% sure on that, so I don't want to say something that I'm going to be proven wrong. Like, chicken is obviously going to be the way we make our money. So I hope that this that you're gonna like that idea, because otherwise I'm gonna do exactly the same thing here as what I do on Hood Baileron, without just being a different map. That's it. And I don't want to really do that. I wanted to sort of set up a challenge and do something different. So it's going to be more concentrating on different type of products when you see these videos, other than exactly the same thing, but exactly the same thing, just different style of map or different style of fields. So I think this is the only way that this is going to be exciting for me as well. And I'm not saying that this map is boring, so I hope no one takes it like that. Hey, you say this map is boring. No, absolutely not. Just something different, that's all. So, you do something different. And I watch a lot of farmers from UK, and in that part of Ireland, UK, and a lot of them seem to be concentrating on dairy. So I don't think I would be too far off type of thing if I did that. Oops, there we missed a bit, but that's okay, we'll come and get it. So, you know, feel free to give me any ideas that, you know, that you might think, hey, you know, this will help you, do this, blah, blah, blah. Well, not blah, 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 but you know what I mean. Do this, or maybe, you know, take it that way or whatever. So what's the point? The point is we're going to try and put as many cows as we can afford to buy. And we're going to try and sort of be a little bit more realistic in the sense that, you know, we're going to have younger cows, and as they mature, we will obviously then move them on to, say, maybe one of our fields where all the cows that we get milk from are, for example, or something of that nature. I don't think we're going to struggle for grass. I think grass-wise we're fine. So I don't think we're going to have any issues with grass on this map. Plus the size of the fields are big enough that if we did struggle with what we have, we could always just buy more fields and make them. Now obviously if that's the case, we're going to have to look onto self-propelled mowers. Well, mower, there's only one available. That way we can obviously be more successful at doing what I was just talking about, because we definitely don't want to be doing I don't know, a few hundred cows, or maybe, you know, 600-700 cows. I don't know how many you can put on a map. Definitely don't want to be doing that with this mower. Alright, field number 4, grass. So try not to get too close to the trees and all that. So it looks like our pigs are here as well, just ahead of us. I wonder how, if this the pigs are going to use the whole field. That would be fantastic if that's the case. I like the way he decided to do the animals, and the fact that they're open pastures, not you know, that's tiny little buildings with a little bit of a fence at the front. And there you are, one turnaround. Alright, before we start to do our baling, I'm just going to quickly clean off this equipment. Give them a bit of a bath. We do need to get a much bigger seeder than what we have. When I did the last planting in the 3 fields that we have, it just seemed to take forever. So definitely need to do something about that. We've got a field from the local council, and they've given us a field that we need to look after and maintain, and that is field right up here in the corner. That is really strange, because I thought in the last episode I set up Courseplay to do this, and I didn't record this because as you've probably already seen, I sort of showed a little bit of the planting, a little bit of the rolling of all the fields as a mixed into one. So I thought, you know what, you're not really going to want to see the whole thing all over again. So, okay, let's see what happens over here. So we're kind of here, right? Okay, let him do it. I'm curious to see what direction he's going to take. Okay, so we'll let you Still haven't found a trailer for this truck, and that's a new second-hand trailing truck. But I did say before we're gonna get to anything else and get sidetracked, I do want to go and fertilize field number 23, I believe it is. So we'll put you in here because you're too small for that. And sadly, it is this guy that has to come out and get dirty again. With the money that we have, like I said, I downloaded this mod, and it's supposed to be an electric Continental BK. I don't know, is it really that big of a difference between the tires? Alright, this is it. This is the tires that you're going to end up with. So since we're going to heavily concentrate on animals on this farm, we're obviously going to need a decent mower. And since we do have the money, let's go and pick up... Oh, this is interesting. Wow, this is very keen, very interesting. It's going 65 kilometers an hour, so this is the Tesla of mowers. Let's get inside. We're gonna get around things very quickly with this mower. So it's this field right over here. So as you can see, it is a field that the council is trying to sell off. And because obviously they're not having a lot of luck with trying to sell it off, they needed someone to maintain it and cut all the grass and keep it looking beautiful. And that's where we come in. And we get to keep the grass. Okay, are you gonna... Okay. So I think we have a choice. Widespread, control Y. Swath dropping, which is... What's the left swath? Right swath, widespread, swath. So that's the one that we're gonna keep. So let's quickly have a look, see what happens. Okay, this is beautiful. Wow, look at that. 35 called 37. What are we gonna cut it at 40 kilometers an hour? It's kind of keep it to 30, hey? This is what happens when you have the Tesla of mowers. You can start cutting grass at 60 kilometers an hour, no problemo. I mean, not that it really matters, because I do have that baler that's been leased now for forever. I hate to think how much that's costing me. I don't think you can actually hire a worker on this field, because it's not actually recognized as a field. Just like the field red that you can see, it's actually blocked off, that particular one. You can't drive onto it, which is pretty sad, because, you know, we would be keen to look into looking after that field as well. Now, I know what you're thinking. Are you sure you can hire a worker? I don't think you can. I see you can't. As soon as you do that, that's what happens. Alright, so we'll do a quick time lapse of this, because I don't think you want me to sit here and you want to see me mow an entire field. Okay, so what I did is, before we're gonna get into baling, I wanted to sort of get tractors that are more suited to the area, I suppose. John Deere seems to be very popular in America, not as popular in Europe, in Great Britain, Ireland, and so on. So because of that, I changed it. We had an almost 300 horsepower John Deere, 280 horsepower, and I changed it to the closest JCB that I could get, which is obviously a few more horsepower than what the John Deere had, but that's the best I could do. And that's just a straight swap, nothing else. And I realize that this means that we now have a bigger tractor than what we started with at no extra cost. So it is a little bit, well, it is kind of giving myself a bit of an extra advantage. 180, 220, 240 is the biggest. Okay, so we are a go as far as baling. So now this is a list tractor and baler. And what I did, which is silly, I leased them and kept them here for quite a while. So okay, let's get out. And oh, that's an interesting way to get out of a. So we do have quite a bit of baling to do, which is fine. Like I said, we are going to leave some as grass and change do some as silage. We are going to need some hay as well, and we're going to get into that as well. Or maybe I've sort of been thinking about it. I've got a mod that you can just turn grass into hay, so a dryer per se. So maybe I'll just get some cash. We do have quite a bit of all the crop that we've collected, so we're not really struggling for money if we would go and sell everything that we have, but we haven't gone down that path yet. So I haven't gone to the point of selling everything that we've harvested, and we'll probably do that a little bit later. Right now, we're not going to concentrate on that. Whoa, getting a bit dizzy over there. I like this type of balers, and honestly, I don't know if they're real or not. I don't know if you can actually get these type of balers in real life or not. But if you can't, then I would imagine, especially for people that do hay, these type of balers would be ideal. If you could, again, in real life, obviously, you need the leaf of the grass. You can't just, sort of toss around the grass too much. You don't want it to be too dry, and so on and so on. Which is why I just realized that I have an additive on this baler, which I could utilize to. I'm not quite sure what it does, to be honest, other than the fact that in real life it adds like a little bit of sugar, from what I understood from watching real farmers do this, to the grass. It makes the grass a little bit sweeter, if that makes sense. Adds a bit of energy to it. Alright, let's not bash up the other bales. We like the other bales. Now, one thing is beautiful, thanks to FS19, is that we did have, I'm trying to remember, I think we had in FS17 as well as a mod, square wrappers, so you can wrap a square bale for it to become a silage bale. So that's what we're going to do for our cows. I've not really been keeping count to see how many bales I'm getting out of this field. I see 2, 3, so there's about 5 so far. Which is not bad. We've got that field over there to do as well. And then we've got our massive field, but we have not really finished. We haven't finished cutting that grass. Now, we are not going to buy cows and animals until we can afford to buy quite a few of them. Where we might spend the money that we have here right now is on chickens. The reason that we would do it on chickens, obviously, is because we do get very, very good money from the eggs. So it is the... Oh, yep, that's it. Bash up into that. Destroy the windrower of the baler, or the baler itself. Alright, so we're going to have to do one more pass because of that little... Then we'll go on to those fields over there. Now, I don't think we'll have a problem with picking up bales because we do have our truck and we have our trailer. Let's pick it all up, as much as we can anyway. So I don't think we'll have an issue with picking up bales. Now, again, we're just going to store the bales right there across the road. So I don't think we'll have a problem with storage. Alright, so moment of truth. Can we get 2? Not really. Just kind of missing out. Yeah, no, we're missing out. We might be able to get bits and pieces as 2. Like, you know, if I do this, I can get bits and pieces of it. But what I'm going to end up is missing a little bit from here, missing a little bit from there. So we're not going to do that. It'd be nice if this was probably a meter longer on each side, then it'd be fantastic. Now we still have to do quite a bit of cutting here. So, you know, but it's still good because you don't have to, like, you know, you come to this bit, you can actually get quite a lot of the 2. And you don't have to be right on top of the swath. So it's still, I still don't mind it. So we dropped our first bale onto this government land. Now we're going to get obviously quite a few bales because this is a 10-meter swath put together. So it should be, there's our second bale. So we should be getting quite a lot of bales of this field. Again, no complaints here because obviously it's a good thing that you're getting a lot of bales. That's the point, especially since our money is going to be made off getting bales and everything else, milk and wool and so on. All right, here we are. I think this episode is kind of gone long enough, and we're gonna finish this episode here. Now, obviously, in the next episode, we will finish the grass. So we will finish the cutting of the grass, the baling of the grass, the wrapping of some of the bales, and collecting and storing these bales, obviously. So hopefully, in the next couple of episodes, we can get ourselves in a position where we can start buying quite a few cows and sheep and so on. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed what you're seeing. You know, I'd like to thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much to the new subscribers, and as always, you have a wonderful day wherever you are around the world. God bless you and your families, and you know what, stay safe, enjoy, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye. God bless you all.